Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with a reading for the Divine Feminine and how the Divine Feminine sees the relationship, the connection. So if you are masculine watching for a feminine, Divine Feminine is just an energy, so it could certainly be both for a male or a female, but I do tend to say her and she, so take it for how it resonates for your situation, of course, and focus on the messages that come through here today. General reading as always, guys. It's not going to resonate with every single person, so please do take from this whatever makes sense for you and let the rest go. If you're interested in your own personal private reading, all of that info is down below in the description box, and I will include a link to all of the card decks that you see here today. So these are the two card decks that I've chosen to start things off with. These are the focus messages that we'll be pulling from the Arrows of Love Oracle by Mystic Moon. And this deck is called The Sacred Healing Journey by my soul sister, Angelic Revelation 144. So let's get into this and let's take a look and see from the Divine Feminine perspective the messages that need to come through here today. Angels and spirit guides, please. For whoever needs this, for all signs. It is a timeless reading whenever you're guided to tune in and watch this. So let's grab our first focus message. I might grab more than one. We'll see. We have lip service. Okay, for me, this has a couple of interpretations, just a play on words. Lip service, somebody that really enjoys kissing, somebody that can also just be telling you things that they really don't mean. So it really depends on how you interpret this. But for me, there's a couple of interpretations to that. All right, let's grab one more. We have enamored love potion. So if you're watching this for a feminine, or if you happen to be feminine tuning in, there's somebody here that's completely enamored with a person, and this love potion might just do the trick to bring you guys together. So we'll take a look and see how the rest of this reading unfolds, of course. So let's grab an additional card from the Sacred Healing Journey. Angels and spirit guides for the Divine Feminine. All right, let's grab an additional card here. All right, I'm guided to this one here. Surrender. Spirit will guide your soul. Okay, so it's one of those situations I feel where you have to let go, and if it's meant for you, it will be for you, or you're being definitely guided onto a particular path when it comes to the person that you're focused on for this reading. All right, guys, so let's see what else needs to come through here. I'm guided to pull from the the Illumination deck by Lightworker Tarot and Oracle. Focusing on the Divine Feminine, angels and spirit guides. What's going on with the Divine Feminine and the connection, the relationship? Ooh, we're starting off with a soulmate card right here. Okay, so my interpretation of this is, of course, you're watching for the Divine Feminine, more than likely. The Divine Feminine coming through as your soulmate. This could, of course, be interpreted to mean that the Divine Feminine sees you, the viewer, as a soulmate. So there's a very special bond here between two people. And I'm feeling, because it's locked right now, this particular door is locked, somebody holds the key to being able to unlock that door. So let's see what else here. And again, you know, you might have to surrender and let it go in order to bring this back together. Somebody's feeling rejected, which is more than likely why that is locked right there. So a soulmate feeling rejected. Either the Divine Feminine has rejected this person, more than likely a masculine, or the Divine Feminine is the one that's been rejected. It really depends for your situation, how it's unfolding here. We also have inadequate, somebody who's feeling rejected and inadequate, yet is a soulmate coming through here. They're dreaming of you, okay? So the Divine Feminine dreaming of you, more than likely, the person watching this video. So the overall energy that I'm picking up for this reading here is that you are watching for a feminine, and this is how the feminine is interpreting the connection, the situation. That you, the viewer, are representing a soulmate. You're feeling rejected, feeling inadequate perhaps because the divine feminine has rejected you. You're feeling inadequate, but you're still thinking about the feminine, dreaming about the feminine. And then we have reliving the past here. This for me is nostalgia, which is very Six of Cups in energy. Remembering the good times, focused on the past rather than what's going on right now, rather than focusing on where you guys could ultimately end up moving forward. And we also have hiding the truth. And if you're hiding the truth from the divine feminine, that might have something to do with this locked door right here. Okay, so let's see what else. Let's see what else needs to come through here. This is the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle by Aquamoonlight. So again, take these messages for how they make sense for you, because it really depends on whether you are a feminine tuning in or you're watching for a feminine. More than likely, if you're watching this video, you're watching for a divine feminine, that you guys might be having some issues in the connection right now. And this is basically how they're feeling about the relationship, the connection. And also what I'm getting from this is my divine feminine might have distanced herself from the masculine and just allowing spirit to guide her to whatever path she needs to travel at this time. And my masculine's feeling rejected, inadequate, still thinking about the feminine, dreaming about the feminine, feeling nostalgic about the connection. And maybe the masculine is not wanting this feminine to really know what's really going on, and so he's hiding the truth from her. That he's really hurting, that he misses her, that he dreams about her, that he sees her as a soulmate. But we do have resentment coming through here, stinging words, bitterness, and anger. So I have a feeling here, if you're resonating with this, you and your feminine had an argument. The feminine might be still really upset with the masculine. And then we have misunderstood also. Lost soul, victim, mistakes. Feeling rejected and misunderstood is how I'm feeling for the masculine here when it comes to the feminine's interpretation of the connection. And then we have pretend, which is interesting because in this particular card, we've got hiding the truth. Now we've got pretend, and we have masks, references to masks in both cards. So the masculine definitely trying to conceal the truth from the feminine here, or that's what contributed to the issues. And then we have secret admirer here. Of course, there's the usual interpretation of a secret admirer that we all know. But for me, this could also be contributing to the issues that the masculine could have been keeping secrets from the feminine, wearing that mask, hiding the truth, possibly sneaking around. We could also have third-party situations going on here. And of course, for my feminines, there could really be a secret admirer that the feminine doesn't even know is around, because they might be shy, they're not coming forward, letting the feminine know how they're feeling. They're just kind of off to the side, just observing, might be checking out the feminine on social media. So if this particular masculine that's feeling rejected and inadequate when it comes to this feminine doesn't get his act together, then this feminine might ultimately attract a new love here. You know, we do have that love potion coming through. And with our lip service card that's coming through there, I do feel that my masculines might have just been giving my divine feminine that lip service, just to try to convince the feminine that what he's telling her is the truth, that he's being real with her when in fact he's wearing a mask. So part of the issue here has to do with lies and secrets and just not coming forward with honesty, I feel. We have beginnings also coming through here, new direction, fresh start, and a chance. So I feel my feminines might just decide to start over elsewhere, especially if this masculine doesn't get his act together. Because ultimately you can't live in the past. You have to move forward and see what the future has in store for this connection. But if we're stuck in the past, that's not creating movement. And my feminines might decide to, you know, open up a different door. If my feminine possesses that key, then she might just open up another door and a new beginning for herself. We also have apprehension coming through, guarded, cautious, and afraid. And then we have tension right after that. Turbulence, arguments, and stress. So definitely some arguments here between the divine feminine and the masculine. That is what I'm picking up from that. And so for my feminines, I do feel that the divine feminine has decided to go in a different direction, has chosen to detach from this connection because of lies, because of secrets, because of the masculine not being real with the feminine. All of that contributed to the drama here. So I wanted to grab some dialogue to really get a deeper insight on what's going on here between the masculine and the feminine. So we'll start with the masculine. This is my self-created deck. It's called the Thinking Man Oracle. So let's start with the masculine. Give the masculine the opportunity, the opportunity to speak up here. Getting all tongue-tied. All right, let's see what messages come through here from the masculine to the feminine. You're divine and delicious. Definitely into the feminine. When it comes to you and I, those intimate moments are so much more than just two bodies having sex, moving in unison. I want to make love to you again. Okay. Next one. You're my everything. Why couldn't I tell you this while I had you in my life? Exactly. Because I do feel that my masculines were holding back. When you guys were in each other's lives, the masculine had the opportunity to really say all of these things to the feminine, but didn't. One more card from the masculine. I only think of you on 2 occasions, day and night. So definitely my masculines have the feminine in their thoughts. So let's see what the feminine has to say. This is my other self-created deck. It's the Women's Intuition Oracle. So let's see what else the feminine has to say to the masculine. I love you more than words could ever express. So the love is still there. What else from the feminine to the masculine? The love is here between the feminine and masculine. Look at this. Have you forgotten about me? About us? Next card. I know you still want me. Us. Last message. You take my breath away, even from afar. Okay, so my feminine definitely still into this masculine, still loves the masculine, but really questioning what the masculine's intentions are. You know, it's like, have you forgotten about me? Especially if the last time you guys interacted, there were some arguments and an exchange of words there that were not in the best light. If things ended badly, okay, arguments, stress, and so now I've got a feminine here who's guarded, who's cautious, still loves this masculine, but definitely apprehensive to get things started again. You know, my feminine knows that this masculine could have certainly made some mistakes, but she's also apprehensive about opening up this door to let him in. So we're going to have to see what else here. Let's add to this with some tarot. This is the palette deck by Biadora of Eat, Read, Love. Angels and spirit guides for the divine feminine. We have the Seven of Coins, which is Pentacles. So you could either be an earth sign or your divine feminine might be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. The Seven of Pentacles is putting in some work, you know, some hard work to be able to save this relationship. And with the Ace of Wands right next to it, it's possible, because this is a new beginning right here. It is fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. This is tapped into what inspires you, what you desire, or who it is that you desire. And again, if you're watching for the feminine, which is focused on this reading for the divine feminine, so if you are masculine watching for a feminine, you still desire the feminine. And this is a new beginning that's possible here. We have the Ten of Wands right after that, though. Okay, so these are heavy burdens that need to be addressed and laid down. You know, lay those heavy burdens down, because it's just weighing you guys down. It's slowing progress. It's creating some sort of barrier here. The masculine, I feel, has to take responsibility for what's happened, especially if the masculine is responsible for what initially drove a wedge between the two of you. We have the Four of Swords coming through here. So you guys are taking a break right now. This is recuperation time. This is healing and recovery, which is needed here, because you guys have been through something pretty tense and stressful. That's turbulence right there. This is a relationship that is in need of a good conversation, those heart-to-heart conversations, to just be able to sit down and talk things through. Because the love is clearly still here. The masculine can't seem to get the feminine off his mind, and my feminine still coming through here, letting the masculine know that the love is still there. But I'm also picking up some hurt feelings here from the feminine. You know, wondering, masculine, have you forgotten about us? Have you forgotten about me? But we do have this beautiful energy of the Two of Cups right here. This is unity. This is partnership. This is a divine partnership. This is a beautiful connection between two people. The Page of Coins. Page of Pentacles. All about manifestation. Starting something new with the feminine. Here we are with our Six of Cups. Feeling nostalgic, as I mentioned, reliving the past. Especially if you're dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They're definitely feeling nostalgic about this connection. My masculine feeling very nostalgic, missing the feminine. We now have the Knight of Swords. So this knight is very action oriented. And I really feel from my masculines, my masculine is ready to make a move towards the feminine here. We also have the Judgment card right after that. So with our Judgment card, this is tapped into fire energy. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius once again. This is a resurrection in this relationship. This is a transformation, which is so needed here. And yes, my masculines, you're definitely, of course, if you are masculine tuning in, my masculines are getting a wake-up call here. If what it is that's wanted here is a reconciliation, the Judgment card is certainly presenting that opportunity here. But there's also this need to forgive. Forgiveness is needed between the two of you. What happened in the past is in the past. So to feel nostalgic about the good times, reliving the past, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you have to not live in the past. You have to focus on the now and where you can ultimately take this to move forward and create a new beginning with each other. To heal, learn from this, and move forward. Honesty is needed. Trust needs to be restored. It's time to leave the past behind, truly, and start fresh. Because we have cards here talking about a new beginning. It's certainly possible, guys. It's totally possible. So let's add some romance angels to this. Angels and spirit guides, please focusing on the divine feminine and how the feminine sees the connection, or how you, the viewer, are feeling about the feminine. All right. We have an ex that needs to be released. So for those of you who might have an ex that is interfering in this connection, this person needs to be released and let go of in order for you and this person, you and your feminine, to come together. We also have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life when it comes to the feminine. So you got to have patience to see this through. But definitely the romantic feelings here between you guys, it's still here. The love is here. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. We also have religious factors coming through. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And some of you could have turned to prayer, praying for this relationship to move forward, to heal, for you guys to fix things. You are a wonderful spiritual connection. We started off with a soulmate card right there. So you and this person, you and your feminine, you are spiritually connected. Look at these next two cards, guys. We've got true love. This is the romance of a lifetime, followed by a reconciliation. You guys could have also known each other in a past life. Amazing. So there is certainly the possibility of coming back together here. You know, again, it's nice to reminisce about good times that you guys have had in the past, but you want to be able to create new memories with each other right now and moving forward in the future to build a life together. And the angels just coming through to let you know that divine timing is required here. So you got to have some patience to see this through. And I know that that's not always the easiest thing to have, but you might just be surprised at the direction that this ultimately takes when it comes to the feminine and the connection that you have with the feminine. Okay, so let's grab some messages of love. This is by All Things Intuitive. So let's add to this. It clearly has not been an easy journey for either of you. So let's take a look and see what else we need to know here when it comes to this connection and the divine feminine especially. Fate, this is a destined partnership. You guys were destined to come together in this lifetime. We also have passion. Try something you've never done before. So certainly the passionate connection is reflected there. But this is also talking about your life as well, or the divine feminine, certainly. To go after something, a new goal perhaps, a new desire, a new dream. That could apply to a job, a career choice. Do something that you're passionate about, or perhaps, certainly, since this is a divine feminine reading, the divine feminine thinking about switching careers or doing something that she's always been passionate about. We also have support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. Your friends, family, people that know about this situation. And certainly my divine feminine has that support system as well. And we already know you guys could have certainly have connected in a past life love. Your soul remembers this intense connection. That's what's coming through there. Let's grab some additional dialogue here. This could either be the feminine coming through with these messages, or it could be my masculine saying these words to the feminine. This is the Divine Love and Separation deck by Fire Witch Tarot. So let's take a look and see. Let's grab the bottom of the deck. That did not require a whole lot of shuffling. These cards wanted to be communicated. Okay, what do we have? First one. Nothing has been the same. We're both shifting. Okay, so if you resonate with that, certainly, since you guys have been in separation, nothing has been the same. And this is a situation that definitely needs healing and fixing. Next message, divine timing is driving me crazy. You know, especially for you, the viewer. Maybe you're just losing patience over this. But it is going to require divine timing for the two of you to come back together. It could also be my divine feminine who feels this way. Next one, confused. I'm trying to make sense of all this, which is why divine timing is at play here, because it's going to take time to be able to process all this and to get rid of that confusion. Next message, when I lay awake in the middle of the night, I wonder what you're doing at that exact moment. I'm feeling my masculine definitely thinking about this when it comes to this feminine. And the last message, excuses. I keep coming up with excuses on why I shouldn't reach out. And that's what's preventing communication for now towards the feminine, I feel, which is why we have a locked door, more than likely. But with divine timing represented here, eventually I feel communication will happen between the masculine and feminine. All right, guys. So let's close this out with some healing messages. This is a situation that definitely needs some healing here. Angels and spirit guides for the divine feminine. What healing messages need to come through at this time? We have new love. Okay, so two interpretations for this. My divine feminine could have certainly moved on to a new love. And of course, this can be interpreted to mean that it's a new chapter in love. To move forward and welcome in a new opportunity in love with each other. This is no accident. That's another reference to divine timing that's represented here. And look at this. We have surrender and release. We started off with this as a focus message. Surrender. Spirit will guide your soul. And I really do feel here my divine feminines are being guided to surrender and release what is no longer serving her at this point in time. And it is truly one of those situations where you gotta let it go. If it comes back to you, it's meant to be. And with the surrounding cards here, the love is still here between the two of you. We have a true love connection here, a past life connection, reconciliations, new beginnings. They are all reflected here in this reading. So you got to just give it some time. This is a process that cannot be rushed. And I really feel here that the divine feminine is not wanting to be rushed, which is why divine timing is so important here. There's a really good chance that you guys can bring this back together. But you got to trust that it's going to happen when it's meant to happen. Okay, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. I do hope that if you resonated with this, that it offered you the guidance that you needed. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, all of that info is down below in the description box. And I'll see you guys real soon. Take care.